Welcome again, guys, to the second part that is hands-on Google Scholar. First, in order to create an account, you go to Google search engine, type Google Scholar. The search engine will give you a first hit, that is scholar.google.com. Go click on that link. It will take you to a different search engine, which this engine is basically for the scholar, for people like you and me. So in order to sign in to create an account into Google Scholar, what you would do is, I believe as in my case, my account was already created, but because I have already logged into Google, that's why it was here. If not, then it would ask you to sign in. And for signing in to Google Scholar, you just need your Gmail account. I suggest you all try that right now. If not, because since I have already logged in into this Gmail account of mine, it directly interlinked and interconnected my Gmail with the Google Scholar account. So what I would do next is, for those of you who have not logged in using your Gmail now. For those of you uh, whose page is the same as mine, like this one, I suggest you to click on this three uh, three line parallel line on the corner and upper right side, left side. Clicked on my profile, and here what they will ask you to do is, they will ask you to your name. This is just a demo email, so I've just written randomly. This is not my name. My affiliation is Nagaland University. Write properly, not like this. Use N. And if I want to use email for verification, they will be asking for my this thing, .edu or .ac.in, that kind of email ID. It's not required since you don't have it. Your area of study, in my case, it is information seeking behavior or privacy studies. So I can write so on and so forth, and then click next. So after clicking next, it will, these are the list of articles. Basically what Google Scholar did is it tried to retrieve all the article that is similar to the name of Chanlang Tama. So I have to know that I cannot claim all this article because all this article is not mine. But supposedly if this article were mine, I suppose I'll just write my name. I'll just search for it. So yeah, you can see this is the paper that they have shown, no? Two articles. So what I would do is I would just verify that yes, this is my article, and I would go next. After going next, it will ask me whether I want to update all this article which is indexed by Google Scholar, whether Google Scholar will, retrieve those detail for me. I don't have to do the work to update myself automatically, but Google Scholar algorithm will do that for me. So I'll choose the automatic update. So it will, whenever I wrote any paper, Google Scholar now will index that paper. And then now sometimes it doesn't index, like I have some paper which it doesn't index, but in most cases it usually index. So it will go for this first option, apply updates automatically, so that Google Scholar can take your article and put it into your profile. And here there's an option to make my profile public. Click on that and select done. Okay, so what it will do now, it will you see, it will give me this here, it will give me this here, that Sanlangtma. This is not me, definitely. This is just for a demonstration. But this is how it gives you this paper on written by me. Uh, and it will also give you, if you see on the right side here, it also gives your H index. H index is the quality of your it takes into account the metric system of the number of article you have written and the number of citation, minimum number of citation on the basis of your minimum number of paper. So suppose item index, and item index also it gives you like this number of paper has more than 10 citation. So the metric system for H10 and I10 it's given you here, and a total citation for all. But if you click here, they also give you cited by so and so. So if you click here on one, it usually will take you to the article which cited this one, customization of Koha online public access catalog and experimental study. So basically this is how it gives you information about you know combining all the detail, all your metadata, all your publication from many places. This is what Google Scholar does. But sometimes if you're not sure of, you can always search for more article and then claim that article which belongs to you. But since this is not my article, I'm just showing it for the sake of this paper here, for the sake of this demonstration. So basically, mm, I cannot claim this particular publication. Let me see. I hope it doesn't, because I've added, yeah, it doesn't reflect any of those article in here, because Chanlang Thama was my name previously I used for that email ID, so it is not the correct name. And since I have not saved that account, so it was not saved here. So basically that is how you create your Google Scholar account. I hope this helped. Thank you. Now guys, to know how to identify your Google Scholar ID, this is also hidden in the URL. I'll just type my name in Google Scholar. I forgot to show you this earlier, because my profile is public, that's why it comes up like this. I have not updated my Nagaland University, but anyway, clicked on your name here, and you'll find in the URL that in between the URL you'll find this equal LKNV small letter and upper letter. So you click this, save this, and this is your Google Scholar ID. Whenever they ask for your ID, instead you can just copy the whole URL, copy it, save it somewhere else. This is your Google Scholar ID. So this is how you actually identify your Google Scholar ID. Okay.